All right. So what got you into film? What age? What introduced you in a way?
So I was a kid, and we had this video camera that didn't work. My dad found it on a bench in Disney and took it.
It was your first video camera?
It didn't work. It was like a prop.
Well, your first time seeing, I guess, a video camera.
I've seen one before, but it didn't work, so it's just kind of sit in the closet. And I would take it. I would run around. I would take my brother's. Did you have an Xbox growing up? But
Girl,
do you know that?
Sony all the way.
Okay.
We don't do Xbox in my
so
household.
you know the headset that connects to an Xbox controller.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
remember that? So I stole that, and I would connect that into my pocket basically, and I had a walkie-talkie around me, and the video camera. I would pretend. I would run around the house and pretend I was filming something and like talk to myself. Be like, I'm gonna get this shot.
Really?
Yeah, I would
You
run
never
around.
told me that. Why didn't
Yeah.
you tell me that before? What the heck?
So I would run around the house and just film, make up stories in my head and pretend I was filming.
That's amazing.
It never worked. It was just a dead.
And
it
did
was
they eventually get you a camera because of that, or like a camcorder or something?
So no, my first camera was just a picture camera because I like taking pictures. Cut two, kind of YouTube kind of blew up, and now by growing up seeing all these younger kids kind of blowing up on YouTube, so I was like, I want to make YouTube videos with my friends. So my friends and I, we would make videos. They were posted, but have since been removed or privated, so you can't see those anymore. But
I would have loved to see them.
okay. So we had like, I always kind of regret, but not regret, because it worked out in the end. Was if I wish I took it more seriously.
When you were younger?
Because I know
Well, like YouTube?
I would be a YouTuber. Like I would be successful. Because just we were entered at the moment where everything was on the rise. Because like saw people now with millions of subscribers. Back then they had like hundreds. You know what I mean? So hundreds to millions. I was in that boat. And we had viewers. It wasn't just like our friends. Like there was people that watched us.
Yeah, you told me.
So I knew if like I actually took it serious, I would be somewhere with that. But also a blessing in disguise, because as a kid growing up, you don't understand what you're saying and what you're doing. So I most likely would have been canceled. For real. So changed person, as a kid you kind of say stuff, you do stuff because you think it's funny, but you don't understand what you're actually doing. So that's why it's like cancel culture is kind of weird, because a lot of this stuff that's been happening with these people is they were so young. Like I don't hold that to anyone, as if you're a kid and you say something, everyone said something. Everyone's done something as a kid. If you say now I'm acting the same way, okay, cancel me. Cancel me. Okay. But
Well, not me. I was always a good kid. I never did anything bad.
yeah, so
For real.
So that's what it's just like. I felt like I'm thankful for that too. So yeah. So I like to make videos and YouTube videos, and then in school I went to my last 2 years of high school. I went to BOCES, so they came to the school. We have these programs where you can just kind of leave regular school for a little bit and go and do a trade. So I was interested in culinary as my main goal, as my main trade. And then I was going to do it with a friend, but my friend went on and did something else. So I'm like, I had this other friend that was interested in videos. So we're like, okay, let's do videos together. And then, like I said, had a lot of fun. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm meant to do. And kind of, that's why I'm here today. So.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing story. Especially when you got the camcorder and the headphones.
Yeah, that was
So,
fun.
That sounded really fun.
Yeah, and then my first video camera I bought right before I went to film school. I bought myself. It was my first big purchase.
The Canon, right?
Yeah, it was, I think, $1,100 for the kit, and I was like, this is like $1 million. This is a lot of money, and I had it maybe 2 years before I upgraded, and I got the camera I have now. Where's it? Oh, right there. Freddy's camera.
Freddy's camera.
Freddy cam? Freddy cam.
The camera you have is Freddy's camera?
Freddy cam. Yeah.
That's my cam.
Yeah.
My cam.
But no, it took me a lot of great movies. Freddy was a homeless man at one point. As a lie. Plot twist.
Maybe we're
Insert movie here.
gonna insert it.
Yes.
Cut 2.
Yes. And
Wait, hold up. That was great. That was great. I was a homeless man.
Yeah.
Or was I?
We'll never know. Yeah, that was such a weird story.
I think I came up with it, right?
I don't know.
I think you came up with the homeless one, but I think I mentioned like, oh, it would be
I
funny.
think because our professor was like, well, what's his goal? Why is he doing this? Because,
'Cause
of course, in film school, they ask you, they get at you, which is good. Well, I wanna do this. Why? What's his reason? Why is he traveling this distance to go this far in his life? They ask you the real questions to make you think.
Yeah.
And his goal was, I believe, if Freddie suggests that he did it, I'm sure he did. I don't remember.
The
So.
engagement ring, yeah.
The engagement ring. He
Very
wanted to be
expensive,
homeless
you
for the
gotta-
engagement ring.
You have to, yeah. I mean, if you got nothing to do, just send side of the road and people
Got a
give
few
you money.
quarters and got the engagement ring. Oh no, we're missing the whole plot.
Or what if it was like one of those TikTok channels where he like made an engagement ring out of like a quarter and like you're like you know what I mean?
Yeah, because actually the story doesn't make any sense. Because he sits outside jingling the can. He's like, please, I need food. Oh, I know what happens. I'm messing it up. At the end,
Yeah, he
so
goes to
he's
the car.
jingling, I need food, I'm hungry. And then he goes to his car and he takes it and dumps it into an engagement ring fund.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Okay, so he's a deadbeat because if I was with a man and he was pretending to be homeless to pay for my engagement ring, I say, you bum.
What if he didn't know?
I don't care.
What if
Get
you
up
never
and
found
work
out? What
for
if
that.
you never found out?
I don't care. You could have a job right now and work for that.
What if you never found out?
I'm gonna find out.
Or
and
you
I'm
found out
gonna
like 30
throw it
years
at his
later.
head.
He's like 50 years
Divorce.
old. Yeah.
Divorce. I don't want that nasty ring these other people bought me.
Yeah. Yeah, but for me, for my filmmaking journey, I mean, I already told you, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no sense of direction of where I wanted to do, and as a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, about to graduate, I was like, what in the world? Because I'm about to get into massive debt with school. My parents really want me to go to school. I'm about to get massive debt with school, so I have to know what I want. I don't want to be one of those people that jump around schools saying like, oh, I want to do this, and then like a year in, after you're like $20,000 in debt, I'm gonna do this instead, and then you keep doing that. And I didn't want to be one of those people, so I was like, what do I want to do? And then before any of this, for my last year or two, when I was playing video games, I would just screen record the video games and just edit it. It wouldn't be anything crazy. I would just like do it really quick.
But why? This is from like streamers. You say like, why did
No,
you think of like, oh, let me edit this?
I never watch YouTube like that or
what made you like
streaming.
let me record this and edit it? It just came into your head.
I have no idea. I was
Okay.
just I think Josh started doing it, and then I was like, oh, that's cool too. Cause it's like the one thing I found cool is like, cause me and Josh, it would be for us, it would be cause they're still up on YouTube. You can always see it, but it's always like to capture these memories that like will never disappear. And during the time, it was so funny. We made funny jokes, and we uploaded it and stuff. And we got viewers, we got comments saying like, "Oh, this is so funny" and stuff like that. And yeah, and then eventually I made like like montages and stuff for like games.
With intense
I played.
music.
Yeah, but it wasn't a Call of Duty. It was for his game. I used to play Paragon, and so as I was thinking, I was like, maybe I can be like filmmaking or editing. I always liked editing, even though I never really knew what editing was until I was in college, and I don't know. I was just so scared and like I didn't know what I want to do. And I told my dad, and my dad's like, my dad's like, you have to figure it out soon. Like I don't know. I didn't know filmmaking was like as hard to get into as it is, as I do now, or in the past or whatever. I didn't know. I just didn't know. So I just said, okay, I'm gonna get into editing. I thought it was just like you'll get hired and that's it. It's like any other job. So I never knew that. I never knew like I would be at like a disadvantage or whatever. I like finding a job, I guess. But I always told myself, because I always did track, I was like, if I put my mind to anything, I can do it. Like all I have to do is just work, and I can do whatever I want. Just like in running, when you're tired, all you have to do is tell yourself, I can keep going, because you can keep going. It's just that your body is tired, but that doesn't matter. You just keep going. That's what makes you better and what changes you. So I was okay. I want to go for editing. I went to film school, but I wanted to be an editor. And I remember I met like we had a small crew. There's like three other guys with me, so 4 in total. Our first class, I already told you this already, but in my first class, we learned how to.
Don't mention who said it, because he could be watching.
No, we learned how to turn on a camera.
Yeah.
And mind you, I don't know anything about cameras or anything. I don't even have a camera. I don't have enough money to get a camera.
Broke. I worked.
No, I don't have money. I
Just
just
kidding.
like a good camera. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what's a good camera. I don't know anything about cameras. And I like to do my research before buying things. And they said, we want to turn on the camera. I turned it on. I didn't see what you switched because there was a lot of people around. I'm like, oh, fuck, how do you turn on?
Mhm.
And then she said, oh, we're going to go around class and learn how to turn on.
It also, majority of cameras do say on and off, so.
I don't know.
Perspective.
So my group, they were like, why are you in film school? Like, they were making fun of the teacher. And I was like, why are you in film school if you don't know how to turn a camera on? Ha,
Mhm.
ha, ha. And then I kind of like smiled too. I was like, ha, ha, ha.
Mhm.
This is our first episode of the Effin' Podcast with Fredy and
Nicole.
if you liked what you see or you enjoyed the video, I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Until next time.
Yeah. If there's any sponsors, you could let me know.